Oh, and this is going to be an interesting one in the upper right in the red. He's playing, well, actually, maybe for the Freaks. I'm actually not sure. He's the Terran player, TY. And in the bottom left in the blue, give it up. It's dark. And of course, here as we get into this series, if you want more StarCraft content, if you want to get a game, you want to get a VOD every single day of the week, or at least most of them, assuming I'm not being a little dumb, you should hit the subscribe button here on this video. It really does help out a lot. It means you're going to get it more often. And, you know, you should hit the like if you like the video. And let me know how you think TY is going to do. He's opening with the 2 racks here, which, you know, doesn't surprise me all that much considering that we have to assume TY is the massive underdog against Dark here in this series on LAN in the GSL round of 8. I don't care that TY has historically been very, very good in the GSL. Let's fix this 1 second. I'm sorry. I meant to do this. There we go. I don't care that TY has historically been very good in the GSL, and we saw that in the round of 16. There is no Terran for him to abuse. This is against the Zerg, so he's proxy 2 racks. Thing, of course, 2 racks is not quite as all in as it used to be. Maru proved that a couple years ago. But even still, I mean, you gotta get some damage here. Although, of course, the goal on a 2 racks right now is not to kill the natural. That has not happened at the pro level. That has not been a thing at the pro level for quite a while. Instead, you just want to kill as many workers as possible. But unfortunately for TY here, this was a pool first. There's a Rocheborn on the way behind, and Dark just has, I don't know whether he just wanted to all in TY because he thinks he's that favored, or whether he just kind of thought TY was going to do something like this. But regardless of what it is, TY is in rough shape right now. Lings are out on the map looking for reinforcements. There's no way, very little way a bunker gets out here. Marine, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, you know, these Lings by themselves may not go. And these Lings by themselves may not kill TY. That's fine. What they will do is just force all the time in the world, buy time for the roaches to pop out, and guess what? You know, again, Lings are gonna get this Marine on the reinforcement. It's gonna have to run home. And 6 roaches are on the map. TY has no idea. He knows this was a pool first, but he doesn't know exactly what version of a pool first this is going to be. So he's taking his command. Oh no, TY. This is a disaster. He's taking his command center on the low ground. Roaches are already out running across the map, and I don't know what TY is supposed to do here. 5 Marines. 5 Marines do not a defense make. At least TY is going. He's getting a tech lab. And that does mean that eventually he's going to have a Cyclone out. That means eventually he's going to be able to do it and maybe have some defense to this. But that is a ways off. So the Roaches on their way. Ravager's done. And these Marines can't fight this. This is just a canceled command center. This is just so... If Dark gets nothing else done, he's in a fantastic position here. The command center. Yeah, there we go. There's the cancel. And now this supply depot... Biles are going to land, kill an SCV. Supply depot should just die. Mule gets targeted down as well. Eventually, the supply depot, I mean, it really should fall. More SCVs are going to get pulled on top of this. And there is just not enough production to really handle this easily. 7 workers fall down. Natural canceled here. Biles, there we go. Supply depot now dead. TY not supply blocked because he just doesn't have a lot of supplies. That Roach will get saved, or will not get saved. And another solid lock-on from the Cyclone. So that means that technically, TY is going to hold on here, but he's holding on in a way that, you know, in much the same way that if I have like 5 fingers on the edge of a cliff, I'm holding on. Yeah, fine. I'm not clawing myself back up. I'm going to fall off. It's just going to take me a minute. And so at this point, I mean, TY's dead. I hate to say it because I want this to be a good series. I want to see this nice and balanced and go into the mid game, go into the late game, but TY's dead. Like, you can't lose 11 SCVs off of a 2 racks that gets nothing done. Have your natural get canceled and really have a solid shot back into this game. But of course, mules are a thing, and they have proven us wrong before, but oh, TY is going to have to fight long and hard to make this happen. And he doesn't even have the power of mech. Some nice, you know, I'm going to get a lot of tanks. I'm going to just hold on to my 3 bases for forever. This map is too hard for that. You have to have some tempo lead to get into mech behind this. So I guess this is technically a 3-1-1. You know, stim halfway done, third barracks on the way. It's something. But these roaches on the other side now. Ling speed is done. More Ravagers here. TY, he's gonna scout this out. But Dirk doesn't want to let this game go longer. He doesn't want to let this. He doesn't want to give TY any opportunity to try to come back into this game. So more roaches on the way. More Lings on the way. And paradoxically here, this might be an opportunity. This might be a timing for TY to come back in this game. If TY can hold, which again, I think is unlikely, but if he can get his bunker up and maybe buy some time, if he can hold on here, this actually might end up working fairly well for him because this is a significant commitment coming out of Dark. Now, the bunker is still a ways off in the bile. Just prevents it from happening. SCVs pulled down onto the low ground. They're just dead. Bunker canceled, and now it's going to be really hard, but Stim is done, and that's something. Now Overlord falls here as well, so no high ground vision, and this is starting to be something. But 5 more SCVs have hit the deck here, so any sort of economic reparations, any sort of economic return that TY may have found is just rapidly falling away. Widowmine's gonna burrow here. Lings, well, actually, Widowmine is gonna get knocked down. A couple Lings die, but it's also friendly fire. These Marines are so very low, but still the Lings, they're not gonna get on top of it. Not just yet. The Marines holding on as well as they can. The burrow unburrow's gonna get this Widowmine down. Shot, though. Friendly fire kills every single Marine. And at this point, it's a Cyclone. It's a dream. And yeah, this Ravager will fall. Second one should die here as well. But the trades are just so good for Dark. I mean, 72 supply to 29. What even are you supposed to do here if you're TY? Actually, I have an answer for you. The GG next. But he's holding on just a little bit longer. The Cyclone mass repaired into a corner. It's a great bit of SimCity. It really is. But TY's dead. He's in the ground. Game 1 goes the way of Dark. And build out a counter. Really, that's what you want to talk about. But still, Dark. 1-0. In the bottom right, in the blue, in the red, excuse me, he's down 1. The 2 racks really didn't work. It's TY. And the upper left in the blue, he's going pool first once again. Pool gas, well, pool hatch gas for Kites of Gaming. Dark. Wait, it's not Kites of Gaming, it's what is this? It's why am I totally blanking on the name of that of the new team? What it's why am I just totally blanking on this? What is this? My brain is just failing miserably. As we, of course, wait for this game to get started in earnest. And by the way, you know, Dark is doing the same thing he did in game number 1. He's going for the Roach War, and he's going for all that pressure. This time, though, it's not a 2-Rex. This time, TY, gets the scout off, sees that this is pool first, because the Lings are, you know, out on the map. But he doesn't know that this is going to be Roach pressure, and the SCV is really not going to be able to find its way in. Not easily. So for now, you know, scouting denied, but there's a Reaper here. It can jump in the main base and should be able to see that there's a Roach Warren on the way. So Dark is, ideally, if you're a TY fan, is going to get stymied a little bit better, a little bit easier than he did in game number 1. Dragon Kites of Gaming. There we go. I had like Kites of Dragon Gaming, which is not what it is. Anyway, so command center on the low ground, factory on the way here, tech lab as well. So we should see a pretty quick set of Cyclones. And TY, he's aware of what's happening, and he says, that's fine. You know what? I'm going to build a third base on the high ground here. This is going to be 3cc play, and I don't hate this. This is, if he can get away with this, and he's already got a bunker on the way, we should see a Cyclone get started very quickly here as he loses the Reaper in the slow zone. Unfortunate there. But if he can get this bunker up, and wait, no, that was a reactor. Never mind. Everything I'm saying about this being pretty solid and just having the Cyclone out really quickly, incorrect. 2 Marines are on the way. This command center, right, will not get canceled. It's already done. You can lift it. Just wait for the orbital. It's really not under much threat. But this bunker, though, this bunker covers the right side of the main base. Not really the left. There's no real bunker to cover that one. So Cyclone about halfway done. And certainly it feels like this supply depot should fall. That, I think, is kind of locked in stone. Your Biles can land and... Well, actually, it gets the right side here. Marines, a couple of them will fall now. SCV's pulled back. Supply depot dead, but again, plenty of supply here available. In fact, TY's building SCVs. I don't like that. That's just a dead SCV. That's not ideal, and actually the Cyclone gets a lock on a Roach, not a Ravager, so also not really what you want to see as the second supply depot falls. You gotta lock on... There we go. So that's a big one. You knock on over the Overlord. You make sure that goes down, so no more high ground vision. And then ideally, you want to start locking onto Ravagers. Roaches, they can run away. They can save themselves. They can turn into Ravagers. They have that second HP pool available. But Ravagers, they're 100 minerals, 100 gas. They cost more, and, you know, they're far more valuable of a lock-on target. So, still, though, I tell you, TY's not getting them. As he will commit the repair here, and he does have 3 command centers, so... I still, despite this being a little sloppier for TY than I think we would have liked to see, I still like this position for TY. And there we go. There's the lock on the Ravager here. He's going to get a lock on the Roach. That's going to fall down. Ravager goes down here as well. And Dark now just going to try to trade out. Cyclone stays alive. Roaches die. And this really should be the end of that pressure. So looking for the final lock on. There we go. Dead Ravager here. No saving that one. Dark's going to try, get some counter damage, but repair. More than enough right now. So... Dark doesn't get nearly what he was looking for in this game number 2. Not nearly the power that he got in game number 1. So now this is a 3cc Terran. 33 workers, which is maybe a little slow compared to where you want to be. But again, this was pool first. This was Roach pressure. This is Dark, who doesn't even have his third base yet. So the worker count for TY is A-okay. It's fantastic. And behind this, additional barracks on the way. He's got a bunker going down on the low ground just to make sure he's safe because, again, lacking in these forms of splash damage. And we should see, there we go, Stim getting started here. He's got, actually, you know what, as I say that, he's got a tank. So, between the Cyclones and, ooh, interesting, their Cyclones are going to commit onto the rocks. And that means that these Lings, well, they might find them in the middle of the map. That's awkward there. Oh, TY, that's not what you wanted. He got greedy, tried to get a little too fancy. Now he's going to lose so much here. One Cyclone, actually, one Cyclone stays alive and doesn't lose as many Marines as I thought he was going to. Still not great. That could have been so much worse. TY just didn't think Dark was going to be on the map right now. You know, Dark clearly was going to be droning, clearly was going to be trying to take a 4th base and being you know, greedy. Instead, Lings on the map find a tremendous value. And the funny thing about this is Dark wants to go. Dark wants to be able to go and take this down. So realistically, I mean, committing the Cyclones onto the rocks here doesn't really do all that much because the Ling Dark wants to kill those anyways. It's just kind of it's a dead Cyclone that you sacrifice for really minimal gain. But Dark again, he's going Roaches because he's Dark, and you open Roaches, you might as well commit to the Roaches. +1 speed or 1/1 Roaches speed all on the way as he gets that 4th base. But he's got a bit of a creep highway in the middle of the map here. Just one line of tumors finding their way through. As the Ling's gonna scout out, yeah, you know, TY's got a 3rd base. Might even get an SCV actually, but no way, yeah, no. Marines target that down, and now Dark's gonna have this timing. You know, the rocks in the middle of the map. TY's not aware that they're going down here for the most part, so these rocks will die. And then this pressure coming out of Dark here. With the rocks, with this mass amount of Roaches and Ravagers are going to be pretty powerful, but TY has a great scan. He sees the Roaches, he sees the Ravagers. He should have some idea of what's happening here. And by the way, getting the Xel'Naga tells him that there is a 4th base right here. He needs to stim, though, or pick up, run away. A little bit awkward. And now, 1-1 is done. Dark is ready for the counter pressure, ready for the big time that he wants to hit. He's not maxed out. It's only 150 supply, but TY 110. And his upgrades aren't done, not just yet. So here comes the Army of Dark. At least round 1. That was a 4th base on the way. That just gets canceled. And now let's see what Dark's going to find here. Tanks added in. Right now we got 2. It feels like you need more than that. Bunkers on the way here as well. And Dark, just a big surround setup on the left side, on the right side here. TY stims left, stims right. Just a couple Marines on the right side as he chooses to take the fight on the left first, which seems to be a positive play, and now moves on to the right side a little bit more. One tank will go down. Second set of biles doesn't really land, and this is a couple of dead Ravagers to start, but TY needs more, and more importantly, he needs his tanks. He needs more Marauders, and for now, he's got them on the way. He feels like he's got enough medevacs as well. 4 should be enough to keep him alive for now, and adding in these Liberators is just so much extra damage if they don't die from the biles. So for now, the bunker's dead. 7 biles, kill a bunker. You can't save it. But the tanks starting to move forward here as well. 63 army supply to 92 as well. TY for now has to split backwards, has to kite away here. His economy pretty much untouched though, and he's got to make sure that stays alive. His tank shots on the Ravagers are nice. Stims onto the left side. Biles won't really land. Gets a couple more Roaches. Gets a Ravager as well. But Biles defensively are really nice ideas. Now TY going to catch the army of Dark as they try to run back on creep, but there is just too much here. Meanwhile, Liberators, I thought these were going to be used defensively, but they're not. They're going for a counter pressure. They're going for just harassment on the other side of the map, and it's an interesting play. But Dark's, actually, you know, in fairness, Dark's not totally all in. This is Roach Ravager, but he's got 77 drones. Like, this is actually not all that bad, as now Liberators to get 1 SCV on Siege now as the Queen's move. What is this bot us time for? We're still only on 2 tanks. 1 tank on the left side, finding value. 2-2 about halfway done here for TY as he stems on top. 1 tank's going to actually survive for quite a while, but this army supply is just... Where's the army of TY? It's just not here. It's gonna... The third base has to be given up. TY not able to macro as well as he would like. In fact, I think that was a lot of SCVs saved in the medevac, so that's pretty cool. And here comes... TY's rally was in the main base, I guess. He just didn't have it all at the front, and now he tries to run forward here, gets on top of this army once again, dodges biles, but I can't help but think that if TY had just gone, as now the command center is starting to burn, 1 more set of biles on this command center gets very, very low. Oh, it's going to hit center mass here. Command center goes down. Third base dead. I just can't help but feel that if TY had been rallying to the third instead of in the main and the natural, he might have been able to hold on to that fight a little bit early, a little bit better. The supplies were not that bad, but TY at this point, he feels dead. The Army of Dark feels insurmountable. TY went for a counter drop, a triple drop into the main base, but does that matter? Like, I ask you truly, does that matter? The Roaches, the Ravagers, they're in the main base, they're in the natural. TY's everything is just gonna get camped on out here, and yeah, you know what? 2-2's done. But +2 attack for the Roaches are going to be done in just a second. 32 workers are dead, and honestly, you know, the setup here for Dark, and that's hard to run down the ramp for TY. Roaches drones, excuse me, are going to get pulled into the main. Queen's targeting down as well as they can. There's no energy, there's no healing on these medevacs anymore. Yeah, Dark lost his main. That's a problem, but there's a lair on the way in the natural, and TY's got 21 workers. He still has the Roach Warren. He still has 2-2. And he's got Ling. You know, he actually didn't lose the spawning pool somehow. I thought that was going to go down. So this triple drop gets dealt with. That's all dead. And at this point, TY, you know, on the other side, he doesn't even have 3 orbitals, right? That might be a saving grace. You go for a triple orbital play. You say, okay, that's fine. Biles, don't land. But you have triple orbital. You build 3 CC at a time. You drop 3 mules at a time. That's a solid way to come back into a game. But instead, it's... The Biles killed the third orbital, and TY doesn't have that comeback potential. Dark's still on 4 bases. He's got the lair again. He's nearly maxed out. He's almost double his army supply. I mean, at this point, I'm genuinely not sure what TY is supposed to do. Now TY, of course, moving forward with the medevacs. It's just a scout, by the way. And he's got, well, his entire army on the right side, looking to go for that reverse all-in, that base trade once again here, but it is natural. It's going to have to get given up, and Biles are just going to kill it. That's so many Biles there. Command center dead. Dark doesn't even look at the explosions. Cool guys don't look at explosions, and now, well, the Hive is actually going to get killed, and or the nascent Hive, the Perspective Hive, is going to get targeted down. Dark back down onto 3 bases, but TY is on 1. And I don't really... I mean, yeah, the Hive would have been nice. Infestors may be pretty solid, but I don't know that it matters. This tank is dead. You got to run away here. You got to hide, TY, but it's just not. No way. No way. Although, actually, this is really nice. Maybe I'm giving TY not enough credit. He's going to find his way onto another base here. Queens will fall. He's going to try to target the base down. There's no healing. But the army now rotates over. Meanwhile, on the right side, the scant few bits of army that TY has are really finding value for themselves. But oh, the Biles get the medevacs down, and now these Roaches, the Ravagers, they're fighting well enough. But personal healing is actually a really powerful idea. And even still, even as TY, you know, gets workers, gets bases, Dark's still on 58 workers. TY's got 21. He's mining less than 1,000 minerals a minute. He's got roaches. He's got infestation of roaches in his main base, and these armies are not doing nearly enough. Like, credit. Oh, now TY's not mining. TY has lost 3 command centers to Biles. It's kind of impressive, actually. I don't think I've seen that before. Dark takes the series 2-0.